Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, there are a couple of things going on. Gotta turn off my voice recognition so that I can talk to you all without interruption, okay? So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that in the background because y'all don't need to be seeing that conversation. All right, this right here, this thing is, I left the voice recognition on last night, y'all. I mean, not the voice recognition, the recording software on all last night. Got up this morning and that thing was still running. So I can delete this several gigabytes, 2.9 gigabytes worth of a recording. Okay. Uh-oh. Nope, I gotta undo that. That was the correct one. Oh, Lordy. This one is correct. Whew. Lord have mercy. This one is correct. This is a video that I'm going to be putting up later today, because that video, where you at, video? I just restored you. Where you at? There it is, right there. Like the way you do that right there. Right there. Y'all remember that stupid song? Yeah, he didn't last very long, did he? Because one-hit wonders never last very long. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, I decided to take a break from preparing some special rice because I'm getting ready to prepare a meal, because I don't like cooking all week. I cook one day because I'm too used to cooking for a big family, because I came from a big family. Uh-oh. Nope, this is not the one. Oh, that's right. I haven't completed it yet. I haven't transferred it to this file yet. Okay, so I do have to delete that one. That was the one from last evening. Yeah, see, the 17th, that was the one from last evening. So let's go ahead. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of that right there. All right, let's make this quick so I can tell y'all what's going on. I had a conversation with someone, and from time to time, and I don't want none of you calling me asking me, can you record this for the internet? Because I want to hear my voice on the internet. I need to hear my own self speak, because I love it when I hear myself speak, because I just like to hear myself talk. Okay? I ain't got time for none of you doing that. But I had a conversation the last week and a half, and I've recorded the conversations and me talking to the individuals. However, some of their personal information is in the conversation. I have asked them for permission to post it. But before I can post it, y'alls, I have to get rid of their personal information. There was another one where I did it with my Google Voice, and it actually captured the Aquan phone call. It captured all the phone numbers of the people who have texted me through Hangouts. Well, I'm not about to put your information up there, your phone number up there, so people can just sit up there and dial your phone number. But all the people watching these stupid videos, people be dialing your phone number for the next couple of years. You'd have to get your phone number changed, and the person who got the number after you would be having that problem for the next couple of years. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I am not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna let these people do that to y'all. So I have to edit them, but I don't have the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm working on a motion because the home that I'm in, we just had a sheriff come by 2 days ago. They issued the eviction papers. Now hold on, I want y'all to understand something. Usually when you get eviction papers, I hear people start packing and getting ready to move out. Ladies and gentlemen, ain't nobody packing and ain't nobody moving out. No time soon. What do you mean ain't nobody packing, ain't nobody moving out? Y'all got an eviction notice. They gave you only 7 days to get out. That's right, they did give us 7 days to get out. However, in California, there are certain rules, certain laws, certain things that go on. So I'm gonna do here what I told all the rest of you to do there. What'd you tell us to do? You ain't tell us to do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're absolutely right. I ain't never told y'all to do the research and type in the Google sample responses to unlawful detainers or writ of possessions. Sample responses, successful sample responses. See, that's the key. You don't want to just do sample responses. You want successful sample responses. Okay? That's what you're looking for. You want success. So you do successful sample responses to writ of possessions. Then you'll come up with successful cases. what you want to do, sorry, I'm adding butter to my rice. Gotta have some butter. I don't want no margarine. I want parquet. Okay? Parquet. Parquet ain't butter. It's margarine. I'm kidding. Okay? I don't care if it's parquet, butter, margarine, or anything else, as long as it tastes good. Sorry, I'm joking again. I need something that's healthy. So my butter is healthy. At least for me. I don't know if it's healthy for you. But getting back to the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, you pull up a sample copy, and in a moment, as soon as I put up my butter, I will get back to the computer and I'll show you. We have a meeting tonight with the commission. So I am doing this before we have our meeting because I wanted to talk to you all. I am preparing a motion for the court. Now, this says my name. That's only because I introduced my name into the document, okay? I put my name into the document every point where it said the other person's name, and every time it said Marshall's, I put the other person's name. Did you know that you can do a taxpayer's suit to stop an eviction? You better believe it. You can serve a taxpayer's suit on the sheriff. And when you serve a taxpayer's suit in your action for declaratory and injunctive relief, now you might lose that action, but it's okay. Who, doggy, it's okay, because when you file it, right? Well, you're going to be filing it as a plaintiff, so that's the problem. You can't do a notice of removal on it because only defendants can do a notice of removal, okay? But you can do this lawsuit to forestall it, and you have to understand what a taxpayer suit is. Do you going to tell us where you get that English from? Do you going to tell us what a taxpayer's lawsuit is? Look at that, I just opened up a whole new window. I didn't mean to do that. Let me put you back. Put you back. Come on now. Uh-oh. It don't want to go back. Hold on. Gotta put it back because I don't want it way over here. Uh-oh. It ain't going back, y'all. Oh, I gotta grab it from here, y'all. I apologize. Let's put it back. Whew. Almost made a mistake because once you close that out, I lose everything I already looked up and I have to go search for it again. Don't want to do that. So let's make this screen larger. Uh-oh. Come on. Touch. Larger. See, can't even do it. It won't let me do it. Got to touch the screen to do it. Can't use the mouse. Trying to use the mouse. A taxpayer suit, is an action brought by an individual whose income is subject to charges imposed by state and federal government. State and federal. You can bring it on both levels. Okay? For the benefit of the individual or others in order to prevent an unlawful diversion of public funds. Now, taxpayer suit, they have worked. They have been used sparingly in the past. Most people don't do it. Most people don't do it. Don't do it. Well, most people don't do it because most people don't know about it. Your attorneys won't do it because your attorneys don't want to tell you about this. Here's the thing. The police department, the sheriff's department, the county marshals, the county this, the county that, anybody who's trying to enforce a judgment against you, including a judicial officer, work for private corporations. And they're using taxpayers' funds to enforce an unlawful judgment that is illegal. You cannot use taxpayers' funds for private use. It can only be used for public use. They're using these funds for private use. Okay? And the only thing you have to do is bring up a claim claiming that. Cannot be summarily dismissed because they say you don't have a cause of action because they know that you're absolutely right. But you have to bring up the other issues. What other issues? Such as the bank not having any authority to foreclosing your property. But I can't give you all that in this video. I can only let you know that this is what I do when I have a situation. Oh, by the way, this wasn't supposed to be occurring with this current situation. We had plenty of time because we responded, or they responded, because I didn't respond, but they responded to the unlawful detainer. And when they responded and gave an answer, there was supposed to be a hearing. We requested subpoenas. Our subpoenas have not been produced yet. They have not been granted us yet. The court issued them, playing games with us, originally stamping them, but not putting the clerk stamp and just affixing the clerk's signature and handing them back to someone who was not familiar with the subpoena process. And so they thought they got away with that bull crap, but they didn't. Nope. Ron West should have told them better. Because that's the type of bull crap he does, that slight underhand stuff to make people think that it's legitimate when it ain't. Yep, that's where they got it from. So, ladies and gentlemen, we brought it back to him and said, y'all don't get to play that stupid game with us. That ain't us. Y'all don't get to do us like that. Better go play your mama like that, but you ain't gonna play us like that. That's what we said. That's what we said, because that's what they needed to hear. We told them what they needed to hear. Now they done heard it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all we did was we made it simple for them, because simple is how we do it. We told the clerk of the court that if they continue to interfere, we're going to hold them liable. Remember, all of them are bonded. But the way you hold them liable is not by threatening them. You do it by threatening them in a way to let them know that you know exactly how they are structured as a corporation. And that you will use their own policies, which you are already aware of because you may mention their policy in your communication. Well, next thing you know, the clerk finally issues them, but then the clerk's mad because we put in a motion in another case that's related to this case that the clerk was interfering. And we did that when we did our notice of appeal. Well, apparently they wanted to get us back by doing the hearing without notifying us, as if it was our fault that we weren't present at the hearing. And so they issued that without giving us proper notice. That's against the law, y'all. You can't do that. You gotta give notice. I done told y'all about that case law time and time again. You gotta give notice. You can't just sit up there and just do something without giving the party notice and opportunity to present themselves, not to appear. You never want to appear. Appear is bad. You don't ever want to appear. Appear means you submit to their jurisdiction. So if any court says that you will submit to their jurisdiction, you will tell them, if you were me, if I were you, oh, I will submit to your jurisdiction. I don't have a problem submitting to your jurisdiction if you can tell me or prove to me that it is necessary. In order for me to receive relief, that I must submit to your jurisdiction. That it is necessary, and that you are of the judicial branch of government. If you're the judicial branch of government, I'll submit to your jurisdiction right now without another word being said. So all you got to do is put it on the record that this is the judicial branch of government as defined by the Constitution, and we ain't got no more problem. But if you can't say that, then you ain't got no authority, you ain't got no jurisdiction, so what you got to say, boss? And then when you're sitting in jail trying to figure out what you said wrong, you can give me a call. Just don't do it collect. I'm kidding. Actually, that's what you should be saying to the judge, is that the only jurisdiction I will submit to is constitutional jurisdiction. Jurisdiction that is outlined, mandated by the Constitution for the judicial branch of government. Not legislative jurisdiction, not administrative, executive jurisdiction. Is that understood, Your Honor? Just that simple. Now, some of you have been going into court arguing, thinking that you can talk to judges and things like I talk to judges and things. And that's why I said and things, because that's what they are, they're things. Stop doing that. You all cannot talk to a judge the way I talk to a judge. You don't have the experience. And when I say certain things, I'm saying certain things for a reason. You are saying certain things because you're mimicking somebody. You're going to find out in a call, and if you listen to the calls that I put up, the majority of them, the person is telling me that they listened to my video and they did what I said in the video. Y'all need to start coming at me with that bull crap, because I ain't never told people to do nothing in no video. Understand, my videos are not instructive. My videos are only pointing out certain things. Pointing out certain things, not telling you you better do certain things. That's all on you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that again because y'all don't hear me. That's all on you. That's not on me. I'm only pointing out certain things so that you can know, so that you can have an idea. So that you can know, so that you can have an idea. Just that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. All it is for you to have an idea. Okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you how to do something. I'm going to tell you your right to do something. Okay? Just that simple, people. Just that simple. Whoa. Interesting. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up something here. I ain't never mixed this up before. I'm experimenting with some of the stuff I got off Amazon. And let me tell y'all something. What I'm mixing up right now, I'm so glad I read the instructions thoroughly, because it's going to do exactly what I needed to do without me having to do all the things I thought I had to do. So it satisfies all my needs. All right, drink it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, video, so that you understand, is to let you know that there are other avenues. That bankruptcy is not the final result. Well, actually, it is the final result, but many of us are resorting to bankruptcy before we have exhausted all the other things that are available. And the thing about it, instead of the courts telling you that these other avenues are available, they'll tell you that they're not there to give legal advice. Telling you what your options are, it's not legal advice. You guys need to understand the difference between legal advice and the explaining of policy and procedure. Policy and procedure are supposed to be public information, so it cannot be construed as private legal advice. Telling you what you should do, now that's legal advice. That's why you will always hear me tell you, yes, I give legal advice, but ladies and gentlemen, unless you are paying me to help you get out of a jam, and none of you get the right to do that, and unless you're paying me to help you get out of the jam, I don't give legal advice. I tell people what their options are. I tell people what I would do if I was in their situation. Okay, someone went to court today and they had one of those unlawful detainer situations. And they put the amount claimed owed them for the unlawful detainer at $300,000. Well, the court told them that that's a federal matter. That's not a small claims court matter. And he was right. Anything above, let me say it again, anything above $75,000 is federal. Now you can do it in state court, that's fine. You can do an unlawful detainer in state court for $300,000, and that's what the court should have done. It should have sent it to the other court, and guess what they did? That's exactly what they did. They told them they needed to file in the other court, and they dismissed it from the magistrate court. So my response was to them that I never told you all to put anything above $10,000 on any unlawful detainer. I never told you to put an amount. If they tell you have to put an amount, tell them that no, you're just going for the removal from the property. You're not alleging any monetary damages. That's how the banks get these people out of their home in small claims court, through unlawful detainers. They don't put an amount over $10,000. Okay? That's how they do it. You have to do it the same way. Now, if the person would have done that, they would have gotten their default judgment today. But that didn't happen. Okay? There is no excuse if I tell people to do the research and you have to look up the local rules for where you live. There's no excuse for me having to tell the person, this is what the law says in your state. And I know this because I've already read the rules for your state. And the person would tell me that they did the research. No, they didn't. They did the research they thought they were supposed to do. So if I'm not here, then what are they going to do? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the silence. That's exactly the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not Mr. Know-It-All. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. But you act like you know everything. I don't act. Sorry. That conversation y'all wasn't supposed to hear. Excuse me 1 second while I go tell him off. Let me shut off my mic. Look, you stupid ignorant mother. I don't act. I don't act. I know everything because that's how I sound. That's how I am. What you hear is what you hear. What I say is what it is. All right? All right, don't, no, shut up. Don't let me have to talk to you again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Oh, sorry. Let me turn on my mic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. All right, just had to clear up something with that idiot that was telling me I didn't know everything when I was telling him I did know everything, but I did know everything, just to make sure you all didn't think that I was cocky, conceited, or what that punk called me, narcissistic. Okay? You know, and it's true that most of the ignorant people on this planet are the very first ones to talk about another person's intelligence. The most jealous people on this planet are the very first ones to talk about another person's intelligence. Now, the difference between intelligence and intellect, very different. You see, Donald Trump has no intelligence, and he has no intellect. Now, he proves that every day he opens his mouth. That's why they can make fun of what he says. But I have people challenging me, and they never make fun of what I say, although they will criticize how I tell you things, or how I speak about myself in the third person, eighth person, fifth person. I was watching a TV series called Bull. First, my nickname was The Bull. That's the first thing. And second, it's about a psychologist and court. So it's the type of show I would watch. At first, the show was kind of cheesy, but now the show is starting to have some substance. The acting isn't all that great, but you know something? For TV, it's not a bad piece of show. That's right, I said piece of show. Well, anyway, it's not a bad piece of show. And so I'm watching this show, and as I'm watching this show, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Okay? Now, while I am watching, I am observing some of the arguments that they're bringing up on the show for their court cases. Some of these arguments are viable arguments for court. Now, I'm not saying they're viable arguments as if you can win with the argument, but what they do is they do the research to see the case law surrounding the argument. And that's what I like about the law shows, is they bring up relevant case law regarding certain arguments. Here's the problem with case law and relevant arguments and these shows. Law and Order is not the show for you to get relevant case law. Law and Order is generated for you to think that the prosecution is always right and that everybody who gets charged for something goes to jail. Okay, that's what Law and Order is about. And their SVUs and their other episodes, that's all for junk. That's all designed to make people scared and thinking that's how it really goes. Now, some of the behind the scenes things in Law and Order, the conversations with the judges and the other attorneys, I'll give Law and Order credit for that because some of that stuff is actually authentic. That is what really goes on. But all the other stuff, junk. Let me say it again. All the other stuff, pure junk. But that's what I do. By watching those shows, it allows me to think about certain situations going on in other people's cases. Do I try the same stuff in the law shows? Of course not. Most of that stuff is cheesy, and you'll get thrown out of court for trying that stuff because those courts know that those stupid suits are out there and people are doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the two things you cannot do. You cannot be me. That's obvious. No, you cannot be me and copy a motion that I do and file them to the court. Okay, because they have an algorithm. That algorithm is designed to find sentence structure. It's able to analyze it and see these similarities, i.e., that you copied, that you plagiarized, that it was coming from me. And you're going to meet a whole lot of resistance. So you cannot use any of my legal documents word for word. Because when I put them online, too many other people use it. Now, in one way that's a good thing, but in another way it's not. So I'm going to give you the advice again. I said go to the internet, type in Google, successful. Now remember we did this one thing, I've already copied it, let's put it in here. And I'm going to type it in, then we're going to have to end this call, or this conversation. Okay, we put successful actions for declaratory and injunctive relief. Okay, now the first thing that came up, a declaratory judgment as a quasi-injunction. Okay, And this is successful relief for declaratory and injunctive relief, okay? And Declaratory Judgment Act, look at that. There is a Declaratory Judgment Act. I suggest you all look to that. Find out what it's all about. And I said successful in examples, but we're not getting successful in, look, complaint, civil rights action, declaratory and injunctive relief. And it says to their successful and word of mouth recommendations. Then it gives the 1983. I'm not so sure about that. Look at that, defense manual. But this is Google Docs, Google Books. Actions for declaratory relief. I think that this may, in obtaining a stay of unlawful, okay. I think that this is the same case that I'm looking up right now. The one that I just had pulled up. That's why I'm pausing on it, okay? But that individual technically wasn't successful, but let's do this. Go up, 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 up. Okay, we're gonna do this. Quotations. Quotations, uh-oh, wrong quotation. Back to the end, Sorry, I got just one hand. Okay, it may give it to me, it may not. It only gave me one. Injunctive and declaratory relief. Get results for your alhara? I have no idea what that is. This is an ad. Find injunctive and declaratory relief right now. Please, let's do this. Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I got this thing called No Beef, and it's called No Beef because I don't eat meat anymore. I stopped eating meat about over a year ago, ladies and gentlemen. I do it every once in a while, but now it's permanent. No more meat for the rest of my life. But anyway, I got this thing called No Beef, and I'm cooking it now. And when you cook it the correct way, no beef actually is not that bad. It actually has a very good taste to it. As a matter of fact, it's perfect with burritos. So I am preparing this for the burritos I'll be making next week. Let's get back to the injunctive declaratory relief, gentlemen and ladies. When I pull up this successful action, this is what I do. See how I just made that larger? Now, let's go down. Okay, what I do is I take this and I copy the whole thing. I am not interested, motion to dismiss were heard by blah, 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 blah. Okay, as a matter clearly established in state law, before inmates are placed there. Okay, I'm not interested about this being a prisoner relief action. What I'm interested in is the points that they are bringing up in here for the declaratory relief. Let's see, we transferred the cases here on our own motion and now affirm the judgments of dismissal. I don't believe the parties filed cross appeal and the appeal was consolidated in the appeals court. Okay, judge however allowed the defendant's motion and ground qualified immunity. Interesting. They affirmed defenses of res justica and qualified immunity. After hearing the arguments on both motions, the judge of the Superior Court concluded the plaintiff's claims for damages were not barred by their prior class action for declaratory and injunctive relief. So they did get it. Or did they? I think it was dismissed. I haven't seen it. Okay, let's see. Defendants raised by means of motions to dismiss filed pursuant to Massachusetts Revised Civil Code. This is that First Circuit Court of Appeals. Ladies and gentlemen, the First Circuit Court of Appeals is a piece of junk. That's right, I said it. And you can tell that hoe, Sandra, yeah, she's a hoe. I said it. She's a garden tool. She is a special garden tool. Sandra is a hoe. Thompson is a hoe. All those little idiots over there playing games in the First Circuit. I'm not afraid of them. They're afraid of me. I asked them for oral arguments after they said oral arguments being granted, and they have gone out of their way not to communicate with me. I don't mind them being afraid of me because I'm challenging the entire court. But that's okay. But But anyway, I'm looking for, and I can't use this because most of it is not going to be what I'm looking for. All right? But what I can tell you, and I can do that, what I can tell you is that we're not going to find it this way. So let's get rid of action. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can't just run into one roadblock. See, they're giving me the results for successful petitions for declaratory and injunctive relief. And this is a legal dictionary. It keeps giving me definitions, so it doesn't like those words being put together. All right. This is the same one, just the letters are capitalized. No, that's civil rights action. This is complaint for declaratory and injunctive relief. And it's California. So, right up my alley. Let's see. Hey, this is by an attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm trying to direct you to. Now, I don't know if it was successful. This is from attorneys in Sacramento. And they're going against the Department of Pesticide Regulation, California. Okay? This is what you're looking for. So this is exactly what I need because this is now my template. Let me download it. I'm going down. Okay, that's going to be my template. Let's get rid of you because I don't need you. And we don't care about the California. We don't care about the parties. What we care about is the nature of the injunctive relief. So I'm not worried about the allegations. Okay, because we have our own allegations. Request for an immediate stay. This is where I am focused on. Okay? Now, what we do is we now take this format because they've given us an outline. They gave us an outline. So now that they've given us an outline, we take that outline and we work with it. And then we find the case law regarding the violations that we're claiming that they did. And if they did violate, then we're entitled to injunctive relief. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we don't have enough time for me to explain everything to you. But in 32 minutes, well, at least 17 of those 32 minutes, you've gotten an idea of what you should be doing when filing your complaint. You're going to get 2 more videos coming up of me speaking with people regarding several issues, including the money order and the infant estate, that if you listen to the conversation, you will see how to get past some of the roadblocks some of you have been facing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to solve your personal problems. If you are having a problem here or there, you cannot call me to ask me how do you resolve it because you are supposed to do the research. Yes, I know how to get around many problems, just about every one that comes up, but you have to do the research, not me. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, no music, just me giving you this information. So I had time before our meeting and I wanted to take it and share it with you. So don't think too much of yourself. You ain't that important.